Hello and welcome to 2021, and welcome to episode 40 of the XrmToolCast. In this episode, Jonas and I speak with Lloyd Sebag, editor-at-large of the Dynamics Chronicles, an online blog site focusing on Dataverse. We talk through how it got started, and how we enjoy getting free documentation for all the tools that it covers. So here we are just a couple days into 2021, so sit back and relax, and let's get started. Hello and welcome to another episode of the XrmToolCast. With me, your host, Daryl, always raising the bar, and Jonas, I've got a shiny new mic wrap. How's it going, Jonas?
Hello, this is Jonas with this brand new mic. It's a Rode Podcaster.
All right. And how do you like it so far?
I don't know. This is my first recording, we'll see. We'll see what everyone send your feedback about my microphone. And by the way, maybe I should get paid by Rode since I mentioned their product. But
maybe.
Well, I'll try to fix that.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get. I'm sure they're interested in having more people to sponsor, more podcasts to sponsor. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. We'll have to reach out to that. So today's episode. I've invited somebody that I really don't know that well, but they did do what. It's probably more of a blog post, but for me, it feels like free documentation of some XRM Toolbox tools. And so I was kind of interested in that and wanted to dive into that a little bit more. So we have Lloyd Sebag here with Dynamics Chronicles. That's the whole blog site there. So Lloyd, welcome to the show.
Hi guys, thanks to welcome me on this podcast.
All right, awesome. So Lloyd, let's start with where are you from and how long have you been working in this wonderful technical space that we live in?
Yes, okay. So in fact, I'm from France, from Paris, the origin. And I used to work on the Dynamics field since now 11 years, okay. I will say.
All right.
So it's a pretty long time. I start on the V4 CRM, Dynamics CRM V4. I never quit this technology. This is the sign that I think I feel good on what I'm doing.
Okay.
During the first year that I was working in Paris in several IT service provider, and then I moved to Switzerland in Geneva for a company named LK Informatique. And there I'm working as a technical lead and a solution architect, and I'm care about a team that I will introduce you later because this blog is also this website is also about this team. So I think that's pretty whole.
So you're actually from Tanguy land.
Exactly.
He speaks Tanguy's native tongue. Yes.
I speak Tanguy, and I used to work also with him. If he can listen to us,
Right.
I used to work with him on the previous position in another company, so I know him a little bit. But since long time now, I didn't see him, so it's very.
Yeah. So it seems you and I got a few sort of similarities in our history here because I started 11 years ago on CRM4. So well.
Okay. Nice.
If anyone was wondering.
Yeah. Do you think it's old or it's a long time or?
I think it's quite a long time. Yes, I mean 11 years within the same technology stack is quite a long time. Although it's been evolving quite a lot since 2009 when I started.
Yeah. I agree with you.
I remember when I got started as well in the space, I was like, ooh, what if this kind of goes downhill? What if they abandon it? And then it just like got bigger and bigger. I'm like, I don't think this is going anywhere anytime soon. I don't have to go somewhere else. So yeah, it's been nice not to have to reset my whole everything on something else. So yeah.
And just have all the kids run past you with all the new technologies that we don't like. Nah, we like the old technologies. We like WinForm.
Hey, this week I did two things that I haven't done yet. I created my first Azure function. I know how I should have done this a long time ago. And then I had compiled my first PCF control. I just changed it, but I compiled it and went through the whole process. So my first time doing those two things. So I feel like I'm starting to get caught up to where I should have been like a year ago.
You're so slow. I started with PCFs last week.
Well,
same for me.
I didn't want to make you feel bad, so I thought I'd let you go first.
Thank you.
Try to get off of this American sort of. I'm going to do everything first. I thought I'd be considerate.
Nice.
So Lloyd, this Dynamic Chronicles. Now you've got a lot more stuff on than just XRM Toolbox, but let's start there. So,
Yeah.
what was the start of it? Let's start with the start. Let's start at the beginning. So, what was the instigation for? Hey, I want to do this. And hey, I think this is going to be beneficial
Mhm.
for the community.
Yeah, in fact, this is a good point. In fact, it's pretty new. So we start this adventure, let's say, 1 year ago. The main reason of this, as we said, I'm working on this industry since many years now. So, and I felt that it was time for me to try to give something to the community also, because we used every day we use a lot of articles, a lot of tools, a lot of incredible things, and it wasn't my mind like that. But 2 years ago, on my company with my team, we start to just document some small internal notes, but not really structured. It was just like that, just some emails or just some message like that. In fact, it was during the lockdown, the first lockdown, with this this situation that we are all living now. I got some times, as a lot of people, because the company also, about the activity, it was not so clear, because we have to organize ourselves for the remote work with the VPN of this kind of thing. So I got some time, and also I was just I would like to occupy my mind. So I tried to find something to do, and it was time to just explore everything that is about CMS. And I said, okay, why not to just try to do a blog, but just not a simple blog. Let's say a blog with my team, and something that we can do together. So it's a let's say, a full process, editorial process, and all this kind of thing. So I try to learn alone CMS. The one that I use is Drupal. This is not
Mhm.
Dynamics Portal or
What?
WordPress. Yeah, this is Drupal CMS. It's
Mm.
very nice. And so this is it was the beginning of the website, and also to organize everything that we would like to give back to the community, and to share with the community. So this is
Oh,
the point.
so it's a blog and more.
It's a blog and more, yes. As you said about the tool and documentation, it was at the beginning around documentation, how to do things and how things work. We also have a full category on the XRM Toolbox. This is the very beginning of on our discussion on LinkedIn, as you know.
Mm.
We try really to bring some explanation, some how to do things for people that are with us.
So when you're deciding, or when you're going through and creating these articles, how are you deciding what tool to use? Is it something that you or maybe a team member is using in their day-to-day tasks and said, "Oh, I'll just write something about that up," or is it another process that you have a priority and a backlog of things you'd like to go through and document?
Yeah, exactly. In fact, exactly, we are organized like a newspaper. I try to have the role of let's say, an editor, and to try to, with my experience, to have a roadmap and some priority, and a real coherence on what we are doing on this blog. So we meet each other very often. We discuss as like a team of friends. Let's say it's something very with a real friendship around this. It's not for work. We are doing this also outside of our work hours, and we just discuss about the actuality and everything that is doing on the Dynamics and Power Platform world. And we decide together and try to build this roadmap. Then we publish it. We try to keep a publication once a week for an article.
So are you when you're saying once a week, is that like a strict schedule you have, or is it more of an ambition?
It's now this is the schedule that we have. In fact, we have two kind of articles. Let's say of documentation. We have what we can call the famous tips and tricks. That
Mm.
is something very quick, something just how to how to add a button on the ribbon workbench, for example, something like that. And we have what we call chronicle. It's a full article, a deep dive on some subjects. We go, for example, on some subject also on Azure with Data Factory or Databricks, always around the Dynamics. So we try to focus this tools and this documentation around Dynamics, how to use Databricks for Dynamics, for example, with some sample code.
I think that's a good point to point out that some people feel like you have to have like one every day or something like that. But one every week is plenty, and it's, is a lot to do sometimes as well. But that seems to be a good mix between at least having something and being consistent about it, but yet not being overwhelmed that, oh, I need to do something. I have to do something today, and you have a week to do with it rather than that. So if I look at the XRM Toolbox articles that you've listed here, we have the Entity Relationship Diagram Creator, Advanced Chart Editor, Early Bound Generator, Export to Excel, View Layout Replicator, Solution Components Mover, Metadata Documents, Fetch XML Builder, and Data Transport. So you got about a 20th of how you got a lot more options to go with as far as all the other tools that are out there. But right now, Jonas and I are tied as far as how many you've done for each of us. So you know, feel free to break the tie and do like the attribute
that's
manager
always
next.
the important part of it.
Yes, that's so. Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, as Daryl mentioned, as developers, we love when people document for us. So, so keep it up.
Exactly.
No, but it's really nice to have this, like, and it's not very deep documentation of the tools here, but just a sort of more than just the description of the tools. I think it's great to be able to go through and to get an overview of what a tool does and when you would use it. So, it would really encourage you to keep doing this because it's great for, I mean, when you don't know what you want to use, and if you can Google something and end up here with some tips, that's just awesome. Everyone wins there.
This is the idea, yes. And we try to also, for example, blogs, we try to keep something one a month with this same format. As you said, it's not something deep on the tool, but it's more than just a description. It's just how to use it quickly, something easy to read for people. And with our team and this roadmap, we can document a lot of tools. You know, in 1 year, it can do a lot of articles. We're gonna keep this with him for sure.
Yeah. So, have you had any contact with any of the tool developers or with Tanguy himself around this and sort of getting tips and tricks or pointers?
I discussed with Tanguy at the beginning of this. I said to him, hey, we have a blog now, and I would like also to document some tools from the toolbox, XRM Toolbox. And he found the idea. I think I talked for him now, but he said to me it was a good idea. He also gave us some feedbacks on the first documentation that we achieved. And we keep this feedback also to improve it, to try to have this format and to have this branding, let's say, on this documentation. And yes, that's also why I think that he posts on his feed this link. It's not because I know him for sure, but it's, as I said, yes. But yeah. So I discussed with him, yes, for sure.
Yeah. So are you taking requests? Oh, I would like some a small documentation on this tool or that tool, or maybe just good tips from users around the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
that's great.
We are taking this. Yes.
Great.
Do you know which blog post you have as the most traffic, or you see which one gets the most traffic?
Yes, our bestseller is not one of XRM Toolbox. It's the one for PCF. It's the one that just the how to create a world PCF. This one is pretty famous. Seems to work well. We also have someone with the Pro Automate. So yes, this is our bestseller. We have this kind of article. And I just noticed that, in fact, the simple article with easy to read structure are finally the best formats. We try to do some very deep technical things. I think it's also very interesting, but for audience and popularity, it's not so easy.
Yeah, I totally recognize that. I mean, when you put weeks or at least days into your articles, then it gets too fringy and too technical, so no one is really interested. But if you have it just the simple, the articles, you're thinking this is too simple to write it. I'm almost ashamed of publishing it. Those are the ones getting the most clicks.
Totally agree with you. This is the point. So it's nice.
I have to laugh because as I look at the site, and all the links out here, and each article tells you how long it's going to read, and looks like there's a rating on it as well. And actually, as you scroll, it tells you a percent that you've read, and got all these nice little features to it. And then I look at my site, and my site is just like a straight, like generic blog spot from like 2002 that I just edited to make it wider because I wanted to be able to display code easier on it, and like it's mine just looks so nasty. I need to do something with it, but no, look, that's very clean, very nice, very pleasing to go through and read that. So
this is
well
because
done there.
thanks. So this is because it's a new website with with new things. I think in 10 years, I'm gonna say the same thing with brand new authors. So this is the point.
Yeah, but and Daryl has a point there because I mean there are those who think that content is king. It's what's in there that matters, not which colors you're using or so. But still, I mean, it has to be appealing in some way. If you have a too wide page, for instance, I get tired by reading from all the way to the left to all the way to the right for every line and so on. So I mean, having some sort of thought behind the presentation of it is important for people to be able to stay longer than 10 seconds.
Yes. Mm-hmm. This is a point. So we try to make it also beautiful. So I hope that it is.
So do you have any more webby people or UX knowledge
webby
in
people?
your team?
Do you mean like
Webby
they have webs in
people.
their hands, or do you know?
The webbies.
Webbies, yes. No, let me say something to be really honest. The point is that during the lockdown, as I said, I try to find something to do and to learn. A lot of people try to do certification, this kind of thing. And my pain point, my, let's say, weak point, was about the front end, let's say, development, everything that is related, as you say, to design. Because on my background, I didn't say that, but I'm more specialized on everything that is related to integration and to backend things, with server, all this kind of authentication. You know the point. So no, we don't have any UX on the team. I try to do it. I will not say alone because on the CMS you have some templates. Okay, so you can use some templates. So I use one of them. But for the rest, we just discussed with the team. What do you think about this format? Do you think the scroll progression is good or not?
Okay. So this week, I was asked to migrate posts from one environment to another environment, and I've never touched the post entity and its other kind of child entities, and I realized, it is missing a lot of stuff that you normally would use, like the overridden created on date and that kind of stuff. So do you have how to migrate posts as a tutorial on your site? Because I'd take that right now if you had it up there.
In fact, we don't have it, but you know what? Because we are now in live on your podcast, and because I want to do something, I will put this on the next next session, and send to one of my author. Please give us a good tutorial on this.
That's usually the reason for us to recording podcasts, because we want help.
Yes,
I can imagine
that solve this problem for us.
Yeah, I did tweet about it and asked Mr. Migration himself, Daniel Kai, if he had any ideas, and he didn't have a whole lot to offer, but we did get from Magnus, a previous guest on the show, that he actually recommended using notes rather than posts when you migrate them over, and I was like, I'll probably end up doing that. So yeah, it's funny how this community is just people helping people and you just think of ideas. Oh, they just do this. Oh, do that. Yeah, it's always very.
So the
very
trick
helpful.
to being part of the community is you really don't have to know anything. And maybe they won't discover that you are actually never contributing. You're just sort of sucking information from others.
Well, even if that information is searchable, that actually is helpful. Like if you're always asking questions and people can search for that same question and find your question, and you have someone that actually posted it, then that still works. So yeah, having a private email conversation is no bueno compared to other things. Scott Hanselman even says, you have a limited number of keystrokes, you might as well make them all count. So yeah.
Yes.
Well, how big's your team that you have then doing this? This is 6, and are you all developers, or what's your role then?
So thanks to give me the opportunity to talk about my team finally. They are developers for most of them, but from very different horizon, let's say. For example, we have Danny and Amaury. You can see him on the team page that are more specialized on everything that is data science and at the origin. But they finally just now on our team and doing some very interesting things with Dynamics. They are like brother, let's say. One is, if you can compare, let's say one is customer engagement, and the other one is finance and operation. Brother, but not very the same, So, but they are very good guys, and we have a lot of some other people. Lawrence, for example, is one before already always with a good idea in mind. Very very talented guy. We have Machas that is more go in details on complex things and doing impressive work. We have Fabian that is more a solution expert, also a developer, but for example, he's a master, let's say, on Dynamics Portal for all this kind of thing. He can do a site on Portal on a few hours, so it's very impressive. And I don't want to forget someone. And Stefan, yes, Stefan is a real Swiss knife, because we are in Switzerland. Yes, he can.
It's just a knife in Switzerland, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's a knife in Switzerland, exactly.
Just a
And
knife.
exactly. So he's a developer also, more specialized also on the web part, JavaScript, all this kind of thing. So as you see, this team is a developer team, technical guys, but from different competencies and knowledges, and we are all together try to do something.
And you're all writing the Chronicles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I would like to point out that the number of times CDS or Dataverse appears on the team site is 0, but
zero.
CRM and XRM are on there
Exactly.
twice.
Exactly.
So, it's getting the good core, the good core people.
This is the point. But you will find some article now with the title of Dataverse for sure, because we have to do something like that for the search also. But yes, it's more CRM for sure.
Yes.
Actually, I have to confess, last night I released a new version of Fetch XML Builder for Dataverse.
For Dataverse, wow.
Yes.
Wow,
does that count as a new tool for your MVP contributions?
Absolutely. No. I was actually stupid enough to call it the other D word this summer. I had a release coming just when they announced the name change, and I was, crap.
But
like 2 months, everyone was using it with a platform that doesn't exist.
But it was funny. Did you follow this trend? Maybe you have more information than me about the naming of Microsoft. They tried to start with CDS after something named Oakdale, or and after the Dataverse, and it was very difficult to follow. And we was wondering also to write an article to give this the map, of the naming convention, project naming of Microsoft. But now it's clear. So Dataverse, this is the new term.
Yeah.
So let's use it.
It's always XRM too.
It's always XrmTool to your right.
They can call it what they want.
You're right.
It's going to stick around forever. It's like the phone icon on your phone. Like the phone icon on the phone, like the call icon, it's this old, thing in your ear, thing in your mouth thing. It's not like the old flat thing. It's just, it's going to stick around. That the XRM, it just feels nice and warm.
Not to mention the save icon.
Yes, and the save disk. Yes, although it was even funny. I went through and listened to Star Trek, the original series from back in like the 60s or whatever. Nothing was on discs because everything was on tape because it was all tape storage back then. So like, got to get it off the tape. And I was like, oh yeah, that was a thing before, well before I was born. Everything was on tape, not discs. So, yes. Awesome. Okay, we got off topic. Got Star Trek in here. So Lloyd, the website is dynamics-chronicles.com.
Yeah. Thanks.
You've gone through, recognized your whole team and yourself as well. Anything else that you don't want to point out? You want our listeners to hear about before we wrap up here?
I think that we have summarized a lot of things, but yes, the main thing that I would like to say that this is a teamwork. To thanks my team because they will for sure listen this, I hope. And we will try to do our best to continue to bring some things to community. And yes, that's the point. And also to thank thanks my company to let us do that for sure.
Totally. I am expecting the number of downloads in Switzerland to jump after this podcast episode.
For sure.
Because every single one of them should be downloading it, and then their cousins and their fathers and their mothers. Yeah, that's a good. It's like a Christmas gift.
Listen.
Don't worry, we will do a good advertise on XrmToolCast.
Yeah.
And say to each family to listen, even if they didn't understand nothing. So they can listen.
They can't even speak English, but that's fine.
Don't worry for sure.
Just give them a QR code that it's an automatic download link, and so they just you put it in all your Christmas wrapping paper and stuff, so that way they can.
You will tell me if the download increase or not.
All right, I will have to do that.
Yeah.
I will have to do that. So the website, dynamics-chronicles.com, where else can they reach out to you if they have something that might be a good idea, how do they reach out, or if they want to just comment or respond, how do they reach out to either you and or the team?
We have a contact form on the blog, and I mentioned on each page that if someone have ideas and want to suggest a post, they can simply fill the form and contact us, and we will be really happy to discuss about it and to try to put it on the web. Another way, it's for sure LinkedIn, because I'm on LinkedIn, and I know that some professional on the domain contact me really with this kind of asking, it's a nice work, can you try to do a blog on this topic, a blog post on this topic, on this one? And
more people who need help.
Yeah, exactly. This is like we are like a superhero, and yes, Justice League of Switzerland. But and yes, we try to address this subject.
And I can add to your methods of contact or your social media. You are on Twitter as well.
Yeah.
At Dynamic Chronic.
Yeah,
I think.
Dynamics
Chronic.
Yeah.
That's where it ended.
This is because Twitter don't give much more letters, but yes, we are also on Twitter. We repost each article and also answer on this on Twitter also. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Lloyd, thanks for coming on.
Thanks
we
a lot.
appreciate spending time giving documentation to the community as well as how-to articles and other things as well. So all very, very helpful, and appreciate that. So Jonas, that's how our listeners can get a hold of Lloyd and the team there at Dynamics Chronicles. How can they get a hold of us?
Oh, Twitter. It's always Twitter at XrmToolCast. Well, LinkedIn and email as well. Email is cast@xrmtoolbox.com.
Awesome. Well, have a wonderful end of 2020, everybody.
Yeah.
And here's to 2021 being a whole lot not of what 2020 was.
Yeah, exactly.
So crossing the fingers.
Yes, cross the finger. And I would like to thank you for your time and this opportunity to talk about our blog and what we are doing. So thanks a lot, guys.
Sure.
No problem.
Take
Have
care.
a good one.
Bye-bye.
This has been the XrmToolCast with Jonas Rapp and Daryl Labar. If you have any questions for Jonas or I, or suggestions for future episodes, please send them to cast@xrmtoolbox.com or tweet to XrmToolCast.